So when time allows, I like to end some of my elementary music classes, especially kindergarten and first grade, with something called a song tale. So a song tale is basically a song that tells a story that is performed by the teacher for the students. So it's a chance for the students really to just develop their listening skills and hear the way that we can sing a song expressively that tells them a story. So the one that I'd like to do today is called Momma, Buy Me a China Doll. And in this story, there's a woman, and she's sitting on a chair, and her young daughter named Liza Lou is sitting on her lap, and Liza Lou, she looks up at her mother, and she says to her, "Mama, buy me a China doll, Mama, buy me a China doll, Mama, buy me a China doll, do, Mama, do." And then the mother says, "Well, Liza Lou, we sure do wish that we could buy you a new China doll, but right now, times are tough for your father and I, and we just can't afford it. I mean, where would we get the money?" So Liza Lou, she thought about it. She looked up at her mother and she said, "We can sell Daddy's feather bed. We can sell Daddy's feather bed. We can sell Daddy's feather bed. Do, Mommy, do." Now, Liza Lou, that wouldn't be very fair to your father. You know how much he loves just laying down and relaxing on that feather bed after a hard day's work on the farm. And besides, even if we did sell that bed, where would your daddy sleep? So Liza Lou, she thought about it. She looked up at her mother and she said, "Well, he can sleep in the horse's bed. He can sleep in the horse's bed. He can sleep in the horse's bed. Do, Mommy, do." Now, Liza Lou, we can't have your father sleeping in the horse's bed. The horses sleep outside in the stable, and it's cold out there. And that wouldn't be fair to your father. And besides, even if he did sleep out there, where would the horses sleep? So Liza Lou, she thought about it, and she looked up at her mother and she said, "Well, he can sleep in his sister's bed. He can sleep in his sister's bed. He can sleep in his sister's bed. Do, Mommy, do." Now, Liza Lou, think about what you're saying. We can't have the horsey sleeping in your sister's bed. The horsey's far too big for that bed, and the inside is not the place for the horse. And besides, where would your sister sleep? So Liza Lou, she thought about it, and she said to her mother, "Well, she can sleep in the baby's bed. She can sleep in the baby's bed. She can sleep in the baby's bed. Do, Mommy, do." Now, Liza Lou, you know that the baby sleeps in a crib. Your sister would never fit in there. And besides, even if your sister could fit, where would the baby sleep? So Liza Lou, well, she thought about that, and she looked up at her mother and she said, "Well, she can sleep in the kitten's bed. She can sleep in the kitten's bed. She can sleep in the kitten's bed. Do, Mommy, do." Now, Liza Lou, we can't have the baby sleeping in the kitten's bed. Have you seen how much hair is in that kitten's bed? That wouldn't be fair to the baby. And besides, even if the baby did sleep there, where would the kittens go? So Liza Lou, well, she thought about it, and she said to her mother, "They could go to the chicken coop. They could go to the chicken coop. They could go to the chicken coop. Do, Mommy, do." Now, Liza Lou, we can't have the kittens go into the chicken coop. These are indoor cats. It's far too cold for them out there. And besides, where would the chickens go to roost? So, well, Liza Lou, she thought about that, and she said to her mother, "Well, they could roost on Grandma's rocking chair. They could roost on Grandma's rocking chair. They could roost on Grandma's rocking chair. Do, Mommy, do." Now, Liza Lou, we can't have the kittens roosting on, the chickens roosting on your grandma's rocking chair. You know that your grandma loves to sit on that rocking chair all day, and that wouldn't be very fair to her. And besides, if they did, where would your grandma sit? Liza Lou, she thought about it, and she said, "Well, she could sit in the piggy pen. She could sit in the piggy pen. She could sit in the piggy pen. Do, Mama, do." Now, Liza Lou, think about how silly that is, having your grandma sit out in the piggy pen. It's cold and dirty out there. That wouldn't be fair to her. And besides, where would the piggy sleep? So Liza Lou, she thought about it, and she looked up at her mother, and she said, "Well, they could sleep in my own bed. They could sleep in my own bed. They could sleep in my own bed. Do, Mommy, do." Liza Lou, we can't have the piggy sleeping in your bed. Because, for so many reasons, Liza Lou. And if they did, where would you sleep? Liza Lou, she thought about it. She said to her mother. I can sleep on mommy's lap, I can sleep on mommy's lap, I can sleep on mommy's lap too, mommy too. And that is Momma by Mia Jonadell. Thank you.